Okay, so get this right. Your home HVAC system, it's not just keeping things, comfortable. It's like practically saving the planet at the same time.
It is amazing to think about.
That's the future of HVAC we're diving into today.
Yeah,
Whether you're an industry pro or just someone who likes their house at a nice 72 degrees,
right.
this deep dive is for you. We're going deep into industry reports, market projections, even how different parts of the world are tackling these HVAC innovations.
Yeah, it's a global conversation now,
Really?
particularly with this push for sustainability. And what's fascinating is this isn't like a niche sector anymore, right?
Right.
We're talking about a market that is just exploding.
Yeah.
By 2032, the U.S. residential HVAC market alone is projected to reach $27.1 billion.
Wow.
To put that into perspective, that's almost double what it is today.
Double. That is a staggering growth rate. What's driving that kind of demand? I mean, is it purely just about, keeping cool, or are there bigger forces at play here?
It's definitely more than just comfort, although comfort's always going to be a factor.
Sure.
But the industry's growth is really being fueled by a perfect storm of factors.
Sure.
Booming housing market,
Okay.
particularly in the southern U.S.,
Yeah.
increasing awareness about energy efficiency.
Right.
And let's not forget, those increasingly frequent heat waves we've all been experiencing.
Yeah. You're right. You're right. It's getting harder and harder to ignore the impact of climate change. So how does the HVAC industry plan to address that while still, meeting this growing demand?
Well, that's where things get really interesting. The industry is shifting towards what's known as decarbonization,
Okay.
essentially moving away from those fossil fuel guzzling systems of the past and embracing cleaner electric-powered solutions.
So does that mean like we're all going to be saying goodbye to natural gas heating and hello to electric furnaces?
Not quite furnaces. You're on the right track, though. This report highlights the rise of heat pumps as a key trend in decarbonizing HVAC. In fact, Europe is aiming for a staggering 10 million heat pump installations by 2027.
10 million. Wow, that's impressive. What makes Europe such I guess, a hotbed for heat pumps, so to speak?
Well, Europe has this powerful combination of government incentives and regulations encouraging the switch to renewable energy sources.
Okay.
They've also experienced some of the harshest impacts of climate change, which has really pushed energy efficiency to the forefront.
Yeah.
But it's not just about policy.
Right.
Heat pumps themselves are incredibly energy efficient,
Okay.
and they can both heat and cool your home, making them an incredibly versatile solution for a range of climates.
That dual capability is really interesting, especially as, weather patterns become less predictable. It's
Right.
like a 2-for-1 deal for your
Yes.
home's climate control. But enough about Europe. What about keeping things cool right here in the US?
Well, here in the U.S., adoption of heat pumps has been a bit slower,
Okay.
but it's definitely gaining traction,
Okay.
especially as the technology improves and costs become more competitive.
That makes sense. That makes sense. People love cost-effective solutions, especially when it comes to, something as essential as HVAC. But this report isn't just about like the hardware, is it?
No,
It also hints at some pretty mind-blowing technological advancements.
absolutely, yeah. We're entering an era where HVAC systems are becoming smarter than ever before thanks to the power of AI.
Okay.
Imagine a thermostat that doesn't just follow your program schedule, but actually learns your habits and preferences
Okay.
to optimize your home's temperature for both comfort and energy savings.
Okay, now I've got my attention. So you're telling me like my future thermostat will know that I like my bedroom at 68 degrees and my partner prefers it at 72, and it'll like figure out how to keep us both happy without,
Exactly.
wasting energy.
Precisely. It's like having a personal climate control assistant
Wow.
who also helps you save money on your energy bills.
Yeah.
But it doesn't stop there.
Oh, it sounds like we're just scratching the surface of what AI can do for HVAC. What else is on the horizon?
Imagine this, your HVAC system.
Uh-huh.
It's so smart that it can actually predict when it needs maintenance.
Okay.
We're talking about sensors that, constantly monitor performance and alert technicians if something seems off,
Okay.
potentially saving you from those dreaded midsummer breakdowns.
So long, frantic Google searches for a repair person.
Exactly.
That alone sounds like a game changer. But how does it actually like work? I mean, are we talking like tiny robots like crawling through the ductwork?
Not quite robots, but close.
Hmm.
These systems use sensors to track all sorts of data points like temperature, airflow, even the vibrations of different components.
Wow.
All of this information is then analyzed by AI to spot patterns and predict potential issues
Hmm.
before they become major headaches.
That's amazing. It's like having a crystal ball for your HVAC system. But I imagine all this like sophisticated tech also changes the game for the technicians themselves, right?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
The role of an HVAC technician is evolving rapidly.
Yeah.
This report really emphasizes the need for upskilling and specialization within the field.
So it's not like just about fixing things anymore. It's about like understanding these complex systems. Like what kind of skills are we talking about here?
Well, HVAC professionals will need to be like masters of both the digital and the physical. Comfortable with coding alongside their traditional tools. We're talking about expertise in smart system installation, data analysis, and of course a deep understanding of sustainable HVAC practices.
It's like they're becoming the IT specialists
Right.
of the HVAC world.
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
And it's not just about theoretical knowledge either.
Okay.
This report also delves into how digital tools are transforming the hands-on aspects of the job.
Okay, things are getting really futuristic now.
Yeah.
What kind of tools are we talking about?
Well, imagine a world where technicians can diagnose issues remotely
Okay.
using real-time data from your HVAC system. Or picture them, using augmented reality during repairs
What?
with virtual guides overlaid onto their field of vision, walking them through complex procedures.
Hold on, augmented reality for HVAC, like those games where you catch Pokemon in the real world.
Exactly.
Wow.
But instead of Pokemon, it's a virtual expert
Sure.
guiding them on how to fix a heat pump.
That's incredible. Not only does it sound way cooler than deciphering
All right.
a technical manual, but it's got to be safer and more efficient too. But we've been focusing a lot on the U.S.
Right.
What's the global forecast for HVAC look like? I imagine it varies quite a bit depending on where you are in the world.
You're absolutely right. Where you live has a huge influence on HVAC trends. For example, here in the U.S., the southern states are seeing a real boom in the industry,
Okay.
driven by a combination of a hot climate, a booming housing market, and lots of new construction.
That makes sense. When it's that hot, reliable AC is less of a luxury and more of a necessity.
Right.
But what about other parts of the world?
Globally, the Asia Pacific region is the real powerhouse of HVAC growth.
Okay.
Countries like China and India are leading the charge, driven by their rapidly developing economies, growing populations, and increasing urbanization.
That makes sense. With so many people moving to cities and standards of living rising, the demand for HVAC is bound to skyrocket.
Yeah.
But why should I care about HVAC trends on the other side of the world? Like how does this global perspective benefit me?
That's a great question. Understanding these global shifts can help you make smarter decisions.
Okay.
Whether you're an HVAC professional looking to future-proof your career,
Right.
or just a homeowner trying to choose the best system for your needs.
So knowledge is power,
Absolutely.
even when it comes to HVAC.
By understanding the global trends, we can better anticipate technological advancements,
Yeah.
cost fluctuations, and even the environmental impact of our choices. For example, the rapid adoption of heat pumps in Europe might signal a future where that technology becomes more readily available
Right.
and affordable here in the U.S.
That's a really good point. I never thought of it that way.
Yeah, it's all about connecting the dots and seeing the bigger picture. This report does a great job of highlighting those connections.
Speaking of connections, this report also dives into the idea of HVA systems becoming even more integrated with other aspects of our homes and lives. Can
Yeah.
you tell us more about that? Okay, so we've gone from AI-powered thermostats to HVAC systems that practically predict the future.
Right.
What what's next? Is my house going to start like ordering its own refrigerant soon?
That's not so far-fetched.
Yeah.
This report touches on the idea of HVAC systems becoming deeply integrated with other smart home devices.
Okay.
Imagine like your HVAC talking to your smart blinds
Okay.
to optimize sunlight for heating and cooling,
Right.
or even adjusting the humidity based on your fitness tracker's data after a workout.
Wow, that's next level integration. It's like my house is becoming this self-aware ecosystem dedicated to my comfort. It sounds incredible, but also a little unnerving.
Right.
What about the security and privacy implications of all this data being shared between devices?
Yeah, that's an important consideration. That's definitely top of mind for both consumers and manufacturers. As these systems become, more interconnected, ensuring data security and user privacy will be paramount. We're already seeing a big push for robust encryption protocols
Okay.
and decentralized data storage solutions within the industry.
That's good to hear. It's one thing to have a smart home, but it's another thing entirely to have a secure and private one.
Right.
So we've covered a lot of ground here, from AI and sustainability to the evolving role of HVAC technicians. What's the biggest takeaway for our listeners? What's the so what of all these trends?
Well, to me, it's clear that the future of HVAC is about more than just temperature control.
Oh,
It's about creating healthier, um, more sustainable, and even smarter living environments.
right.
And we're moving away from those clunky reactive systems of the past
Yeah.
and embracing a future where our homes are active participants in our well-being.
I love that. It's not often we get to talk about, comfort and saving the world in the same breath.
Exactly.
This report has been full of fascinating insights. But it's also, sparked a few what if questions for me.
Oh, I'm all ears.
Mhm.
What's got you pondering the future of HVAC?
Well, if HVAC systems can already, anticipate our needs and connect with other devices, like what happens when they become like truly intelligent?
Yeah.
Imagine like a system that not only, learns your preferences, but also like understands your daily routines
Right.
and anticipates your needs before you even, realize them.
Now that's a fascinating thought. It's like having a home that's not just smart but truly intuitive,
Right.
adapting to your life in ways
Yeah.
we're only beginning to imagine. The line between comfort and convenience could become almost indistinguishable.
Exactly. It's both exciting and a bit mind-boggling to think about.
Yeah.
What a time to be alive.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
This is just the beginning of a very, very exciting chapter for the HVAC industry and for all of us who benefit from the incredible technology it produces.
Well said. A big thank you to our expert for this incredible deep dive into the future of HVAC. I don't know about you, but I'm suddenly feeling the urge to give my thermostat a warm hug.
It's been my pleasure. Until next time.